In this mid-table battle, Essendon arrived with 4 wins out of the last 5 matches and had lost to Sydney just once at the SCG since 1997. The Bombers started without suspended defender Dustin Fletcher and lost rover Brent Stanton to injury, replaced by Ben Howlett. Defeat for Sydney would have the Swans lose 5 in a row for the first time under coach Paul Roos. Craig Bird returned after 3 months out with a stress fracture of the foot. Jesse White kicked 3 goals last week and was first on the board against the Bombers.
Perfect start for Jesse White and the Swans.
From a turnover at Sydney's 50-metre mark, Essendon levelled the scores through Scott Gumbleton before the Bombers' tackling pressure was rewarded and Leroy Jetta made no mistake.
Leroy Jetta spears that straight over the goal umpire and the Bombers are back in front.
Sydney responded swiftly. Proactive in the midfield caught the Bombers short-handed.
Ball hits the pack. Jesse White topoed. Was good. And he gets the reward. Back onto it. Can kick his second.
The Swans pressed ahead when Nick Smith picked up the crumbs for a 21-14 lead at quarter time.
That'll do. Goal for Nick Smith.
Bird suffered a stress fracture of the jersey. Shane Mumford rearranged the furniture as Essendon pressed ahead through Alwyn Davey and Sam Lonergan.
Hits it nicely. Hits the kick pretty well too. Toward the goal square. Bounces it through.
The lead changes continued through the second quarter. Gary Rowan with a banana kick for the Swans, followed by Andrew Welsh for the Bombers.
Welsh back into the team and back on target.
Paul Bevan belted a long bomb for Sydney to get back in front before Gumbleton replied to make it 9 lead changes for the match.
And Essendon lead by behind.
Rowan responded with his second, and at half-time the scores were locked at 47-all.
Rowan from the top of the square.
A hamstring injury sidelined David Hill for the second half as Jetta flew higher than Nick Malcheski.
Malcheski, Jetta beats him to it.
It was a beautiful kick. Malcheski went under the ball dropped, didn't read it that well. Terrific mark from Jetta.
Rowan in the groove to steer Sydney back in front.
Another huge kick. That'll come back with the breeze. There's been 13 lead changes in this game.
Another turnover in the Swans' defensive midfield and the Bombers dived in to take advantage.
Jetta's got Davey. Good luck catching Davey. Could have run a little further. Doesn't matter.
Rowan and Adam Goods combined for White to knock in his third before Mark McVeigh got on the board.
Tried to shrug Grundy. Got a kick away. Welsh. Goal square. Bouncing ball. Bevan flicked it back. McVeigh.
Great play.
Well worked, Bombers.
72-all at the final change when the rain intensified. Jake Melsham came off with an injured ankle as Essendon inched ahead midway through the half.
For the lead, long bomb, goal square, they lead by behind.
Job Watson asked the umpire to check a different mark.
Well, can the umpire come over and have a look?
Near his feet. There's the mark. It's near his right foot.
He's been watching too much French Open.
Can get the overrule, of course.
As Bevan kicked the first goal of the quarter.
Puts the Sydney Swans in front by 5 points.
After Martin Matner failed to get full value out of a 100-metre penalty, Essendon scrambled to get back within striking distance.
Off hands, play on Jetta. He's slotted it. It's a 1-point game.
Goods giving the Swans the biggest lead of the game.
Gives it to Goods. Set up by Jude Bolton. And Goods makes it an 8-point lead. It's the biggest the lead's been all day.
Sydney's losing streak washed away, beating Essendon 89-80.
19 lead changes. It was an incredible day. Oh, it was a huge day. I mean, we were just under the pump. We put ourselves in this position after 4 losses and just had to fight and scratch for a win. And with the conditions like this, it just comes back to just getting it forward, I guess.
Charles Christian, Big Pond Sport.